What's up, guys? It's Cameron. I just wanted to talk today about dysphoria and passing, and I guess just how I feel about that. And the reason that it's been on my mind a lot because lately I feel like dysphoria has been hitting me a lot harder, or maybe I've just been coming to terms with it, whichever one it is. Um, like I've always had the attitude that this is my struggle, this is what I'm supposed to go through, so I never projected it on anyone else. And like it seems like lately it's just been so much that I haven't really been able to hold it in. Um, like there was one particular day where me and my girlfriend went to her friend's house, and I was trying to open this like 2 liter of Coke, and it was like on there tight as hell. So I'm like struggling, and there's this guy there, and then he like gives me this look, and to me it might have said something completely different than what he meant, but the look was just like, and he was like, and it was honestly something that I would do, like if my girlfriend was opening something and I was just trying to mess with her, but it's like this shirt is weird. It's like to me it was just kind of like such a an insult, like give me, that, you little girl. And then he opened it, which, like, now that I think about it, it sounds a little bit stupid, but it totally messed with me. And that was like the first day that it hit me to the point where I couldn't snap out of it. I couldn't snap out of it. I couldn't act like everything was okay. I just kind of like went into a shell and was quiet to myself. Um, and I think it was the first day that I told my girlfriend that, like, okay, it's really messing with me. Because before she's like, all right, well, I can see it a little bit, but it's never been like me being like, oh my God, it's really fucking with me today. Um, so that was a first. And I feel like the further I go in this journey, and like the closer I get to my T day, the closer I get, when I start T will be closer to me doing surgery and the steps that I want to take. And I don't know if my plan is going to be the same, um, because, people, shit changes. Like I can even say from um, when I first started, going to therapy and stuff to now, I'm completely, honestly, more comfortable with being trans, which translates to not, I don't think it would be, I'm okay with my chest and things like that, but it does translate to being okay with it for now. I think that's what it is. Like as you can see, like I don't have a binder. Although my girlfriend did just order me one today. Um, but I haven't had a binder. I mean, and it's been something that I've wanted. Uh, but not until recently it's been something that I felt like I've needed. And I don't have a big chest at all. And honestly, I don't really have a problem passing. I pass over half the time that I go anywhere. Only time that I don't pass is when I open my mouth. Um, I mean, I am like I think people don't look at me as a female. I'm like 6 foot tall, which is really tall for a female, I guess. Um, which is good. But every time they say sir and then they say ma'am, it's just like another. It's like you bring me up and then you just take me all the way back down, lower than I was before, because I was fine before you said anything. But I think it's just part of my journey, and it's part of me dealing with my dysphoria. And maybe it's also, like I said, the closer it gets to me taking tea and things like that. Maybe it's anxiety, and anxiety amplifying like my feelings and things like that. I don't know. Um, but it's really been messing with me lately. And it's also like, I don't know if I've just been noticing, but lately more people have been having conversations. Like at work, we talk about everything. And so it's like people have been like, people at work know. Some people at work know, some people don't know. But like, it seems like the people who don't know have just been like saying she. And then, oh my gosh. So then, there was an incident at my job where someone came up there that I knew. And basically they got mad because it was closing early. And they were outside and they wanted to get my attention. And they called my first, like my name, my girl name, whatever you want to call it. They said it. No one at my job knew it. Like, no, everyone at my job calls me Slim. No one at my job knew my first name. And they said it, and it was just like when she said it, it was just like, to me, everything went quiet because it was like, oh my God, like they know my secret. And I know that, they've known me as female. A lot of them don't know that I'm trans. But that was like one thing that I still had for myself. I still had that name tucked away. So I couldn't get teased about it or anything like that. That was one thing that they didn't have, against me. And now it's like every time my boss calls, he says it and he thinks it's funny. And I'm like, look, I don't like that name. I don't like it. But, everyone just thinks that I'm like being sensitive or something. But I don't think they realize that every time they say their name, it's almost like I feel like it's an attack against me. Um, but that's been something because I've had to deal with that kind of like every day I went to work. Um, I don't know. It's a lot. And then like registering for school and having to do everything under that name. And granted, half of it's my fault because I haven't started my name change yet. Um, and I can blame it on work and all the other stuff, but I just haven't done it. So hopefully this will be something that pushes me to just get that process started. But it's just like part of me feels like I have so much on my plate right now, and dysphoria is just something that I don't want to deal with. Um, so it's just something that I just don't want, and I don't need it right now. Um, so it's just like I don't know. But as far as my body goes, I can say that I'm happy for like, okay, for being trans. The way that I explain myself as being trans is that I was born female, but of course, um, but I'm supposed to transition as male. I feel as though I am male. I am male. Um, but I also have to recognize that my body will never be 100% male. My body will never be 100% female. And this is just what I'm supposed to go through. Not anyone else, just me. This is just my thoughts on it. It's not everyone who is trans. Um, because there are some people who feel as though they should have been born male. But I feel as though I was born female so that I could go through this because this is my journey. This is my path. And this is what I'm supposed to be going through. So I feel like if I was born male, um, that would have completely, you know, this that would have xed out everything that I've learned with living, 20 whatever years as a female. Um, so I'm grateful for those experiences. And as far as like I was saying, my body goes, um, I'm happy that I got this body, if that makes sense. Let me try and make this make sense. I'm happy that I'm transitioning with this body because, as you can see now, like I'm not binding. There's nothing. I mean, to me, it's anything is too much. But if I look at it on a scale of comparing it to other guys who have the D's and stuff, and I should be grateful. And that's just kind of how I'm trying to look at everything in life, but especially in my transition, just being grateful for the cards that I've been dealt, grateful that I can pass over half the time and that my dysphoria, even though right like now it's starting to bother me, but grateful that it's just, I mean, it's bothered me before, but now it's starting to be overwhelming just now, and that I haven't been dealing with that, you know, since I was 19. Um, Grateful that, just a lot of things. Just a lot of things. So, I mean, on trying to end this like on a positive note that, every trans person has their own struggle with dysphoria, passing their family or whatever. Um, but just I guess always be grateful. You can be grateful that you are able to realize it, or even just that you realized it when you did, and that it just didn't keep going. Um, there's always something, no matter how hard it is, that you can be grateful for. Grateful that you have friends, or if you don't have your family, or if you don't, because I mean, I know within my transition there are going to be people that I lose, but the people that are there, I'm grateful for them. So, this video is kind of long, so I guess I'll be making a video within probably like a week or something like that. But if you guys have any comments or anything, and I'll leave my Tumblr and stuff like that in the description box. So if you guys want to hit me up, just feel free to.